Hello, this is Devlin with Motorwork in British Columbia. This is one of our customers' 2009 Mercedes SL63s that he's had with the shop for a couple times for its regular maintenance and is looking to sell it now. And we at Motorwork are always happy to talk about the SL63 in general, and then we also want to showcase this vehicle to just do a walk around in case you're looking at buying it. This is a 2009 model. It's got about 70,000 kilometers on it, or about 42,000 miles. It is in pristine condition, and personally, it's my favorite color, black. Johnny's Wax Shop, who has partnered with us, has done the paint on this car a couple times, and so it looks absolutely amazing. It doesn't swirl up in the sun. It really finishes quite nicely, and as we've seen even from the sales numbers as we've been looking into this car, black cars, I mean, these ones just look amazing, and it really finishes off with the white two-tone interior that this car has. This is the SL63, which means it has a 6.2 liter, 518 horsepower V8. There was a range-topping twin-turbo V12, but we do actually find that we enjoy these 6.2s more. We find that they don't have as many problems. You can put a lot more miles on this type of car if you want to drive it, whereas the turbocharged engines are very nice, but we do find that they require a little more care and attention than the naturally aspirated unit does. Underneath the hood, this vehicle is just a beautiful specimen. That 6.2 liter V8, handcrafted by AMG. It tucks in here really nicely. This car has been well maintained by our shop. It comes in regularly and the customer really enjoys driving it, so they make sure that they've got all the maintenance done before they go out. It's just a well-packaged engine and one of the best sounding engines to ever come from a factory vehicle. That black paint job, that heavy Mercedes hood, the paint is just immaculate. These taillights, I do find that this generation of Mercedes has aged really well. The generation that came after it got the twin-turbo V8, and albeit it had a bit more torque away from the lights, but I do find that the playful character and the higher revving nature and like the better sound of the 6.2 does really make us like these cars. On top of that, the styling, I found the next generation got quite a bit more rounded, whereas this one has these nice angular lights, the big Mercedes grille out front. A lot of this vehicle has a great amount of presence. Mechanically, every single option on the car works, from the height adjustable suspension to the retractable hardtop. You'll see that it's down now, but we'll put it up in a moment. We'll step inside here and you'll notice that the inside, all of the features and the buttons work in here. It has that wonderful push button with your thumb start switch, and it fires up that beautiful 6.2. All the climate control and all the controls work. It is very nicely appointed. There isn't any blemishes or flaws in this car. It's a well-kept vehicle. This car is in miles with 43,609 miles on it, which is just shy of about 70,000 kilometers. It has the fully retractable hardtop, which we'll just put back up here so we can do some more filming with the roof up. Every function works. It's fully automated. That full top folds. All of the interior, I mean, for me personally, the contrasting two-tone white and the black, I think just fits this car so nicely. Now that we've seen it all, we'll keep this video fairly short. I'll put you on the roof and we'll go for a quick drive. Obviously a Mercedes with such low kilometers on it that's been well cared for. Doesn't have any interior squeaks or rattles. It drives very nicely. It's very composed in here. All of the switch gear, the buttons, all of your modes work. You have your traction control off, your sports suspension, you have your AMG mode and your 4 driving modes from Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, and Manual. Everything in here, I mean, the combination of black over white, as I said, with a little bit of wood showing is just a very nice car. All of the buttons work. Of course, an older vehicle, I mean, the only thing that really shows its age, for driving, a 13-year-old Mercedes drives like a 3-year-old anything else. But the interior, I mean, the infotainment system is a little bit dated, and that's its only shortcoming. Everything else in here, the material, the fit, the finish, and the sound of the 6.2. Of course, the newer cars have turbocharged engines, so you get more torque off the line, but I mean, you have a 518 horsepower 6.2 liter V8 in a smaller car. Even though it's got a 4,300 pound curb weight, it's got the torque to pull you off the line and enough gears and a nice transmission. You don't need the turbos, and you really find yourself enjoying the sound that this engine makes. So I like driving this car quite a bit more than I do like driving the newer turbocharged cars. And it's just very fun to roll into. It's a beautiful drive. And I don't want to make this a review. This is talking about this particular car, but it is a very nice example of a very nice car. And as I said, the 6.3 liter AMG package was one of the top tier AMGs, like top tier Mercedes. This was one of the best cars you could get, and it definitely shows it. for a vehicle that's 13 years old, you're hard-pressed to notice. It's not apparent in this vehicle. Every touch inside this car is very well thought out, from this cool little cup holder up to the massaging seats to the air-cooled headrests. And I'm amazed. I mean, I've driven a couple of other semi-automatic cars from this era, and none of them have been able to figure out how to be as smooth as this Mercedes. It gets the shifts done quickly, but in a very respectable and very refined way. It's a nice place to be. As I was saying before, this is one of our regular customers' cars, so it comes into our shop for its maintenance, and we've seen that it's been very well taken care of. We haven't seen major issues with it. It's just been a really nice car to see, get miles put on it and get driven. And then now that we get to make a video on it, we're very excited to be able to just see it for ourselves. It's such a nice vehicle. And that AMG, the V8, just makes a great noise. And the fact that they've been able to put 70,000 K on it, it's just been a great vehicle for someone to take on from here and put more miles on it. I think that's about all we need to say on the car right now. If you are interested in learning more about it, we will try to mark once it's sold that it's gone. So if you don't see anything on it and you are interested in the car, please reach out. We hope that you enjoyed this little video on this beautiful 2009 SL63.